Good morning, Year 10, and welcome to Monday morning. Hope you're all well and looking forward to school restarting again next week. I'm just going to go through that a little bit today and go through some things you need to do before then. So, notices first, things you need to know. Two of these are repeats. Remember, option subjects from next week, so from the 15th. When you open your frog, you're going to have a heart attack because option subjects have to set all their work by Monday morning. So everything's going to be up and it's down to you to work through what you need to do when. Now, you need to be organized for this. I know for a lot of you, the way you decide your homework is what is due on frog the next day. Well, that's not going to happen because option subjects have to give you everything. So a lot of you will hit Friday and think you've got a lot to do if you're not in school. So stay on top of it. You're in school 1 day a week. Sometimes you'll be in school 2 days a week. The rest of the time, you're just doing your option subjects and catching up. Make sure you're doing that work. It's no excuse to say, but I'm in school now, so I can't do like my French, my Spanish, my D&T, my history. You can't do that. You've got to stay on top of it all. Make sure you're working hard. Second thing, as you should know, school restarts from the 15th of June. Below is the timetable, which hopefully you know when you're coming in, you know what group you are and when you're going to come. If you can't come in and you've not already contacted me, get your parents to send me an email or Mr. Bracken an email to say I won't be coming in because obviously the risk is still high, and it's down to your parents and you to decide whether you think it's safe to come in or not. Keep that in mind. The usual sort of like fines for not coming to school and all the truancy laws, they're suspended because they know that, you know, things are different for different people. Everyone's family situation is different. So if you can't come in, please email and let me know, or Mr. Bracken, just email one of us or both of us so we've got a clear idea and we can help you out. Finally, Year 10 reports. The deadline for teachers is this Friday. So they always set a really early deadline and then the people in the office don't bring them out for another month. But your teachers I've already written most of my reports. Reports are being formed. So make sure you're on top of everything. We've been told to comment on how hard you're working during lockdown. It's one of the main things we need to do in this report because it links into your independence for year 11 and revision. So make sure you're on top of everything. And if you're not, it'd be a good idea this week to email your teacher some work, ask some questions, just so they know you're working hard during lockdown and just so you can stand out. Deadline for that for teachers is this Friday. Right, our tutor task for today is a really simple one. You need to get back into the swing of things. Now, I was on TikTok the other day. Lisa made me download it. She was talking to me about it. It is good though. Anyway, there's this one I really like. Where it's like this big face, and there's like it's like year 7. It's like mummy, and then the mum goes like, "What? It's really late," or whatever. And the kid goes, and it's always like a year 7. It's like, "I've got food tomorrow. I'm making lasagna," and like that's what I imagine a lot of you will be like just before you go back to school. So the night before or the morning that you're due in, you'll do something like, "Oh mum, I don't have this, mum, where's that?" You are going into year 11, you need to be on top of it. So what you need to do at some point this week, the earlier the better, because shops are shut, it's going to take longer to get things and sort things out. This is what you need to do. First off, I want you to sort your school uniform, make sure it's washed, make sure it's ready for when you come back, including your school shoes. Try them on, make sure it all looks fine and it works. Don't say to your mum the night before you can't do it, or show up in trainers and say to Mr. Bracken, "Yeah, my school shoes are broken, I can't." No way. Sort yourself out. The normal Glenthorne rules still apply. You can't come to school in trainers. You'll be made to wear plimsolls or whatever pumps. So make sure you're sorted out. Sort your school uniform out. Now, make sure it's washed, because I was in school last week to print some stuff out and to post home some work for sixth form, and like all your PE kits are still there. So like, can you make sure your school uniform is in better nick than your PE kits? Yeah, make sure it's all washed and ready. The other thing, stationery. Hopefully you've watched the video on social distancing. You won't be able to borrow off anyone else, and I mean the teacher won't want to give you anything because you can't be sharing things in this COVID crisis. So make sure you've got stationery, make sure you stack up. There's still a week to sort it out, big Sainsbury's and big Tesco and Sutton and Asda are still open. You can go and get your stationery and make sure you're ready, because you can't borrow off anyone else. And as I said with the reports, make sure priority work is complete. Make sure if you're not on top of everything, you're going for things you desperately need to do and get that key work in and ready for this week. So when you start back at school, you're fully focused and on top of it all. Finally, get back into the school mindset. I know you're not going to be in as much as you usually are, but get into that feeling of going back to school and what it's like, but also enjoy the final week. So I've got 2 programs that are a happy medium from like getting back into school and thinking about school and relaxing and having a good time. I've recommended it before. Jack Whitehall's Bad Education is nothing like what it's like being in school. It's crazy, but it is quite funny, so well recommend it. This one here, Teachers, is older. Again, it's not like being at school. I watched this when I was about your age. I just found it really, really funny. It's about some bad teachers, basically. It's just about bad teachers in school doing what they're not meant to. Both of them are about schools. They're both funny. They'll give you a laugh and they'll get you back into school. So I recommend both of them. Sort your lives out, please. Don't annoy your mum the morning or the night before going to school. Make sure it's all sorted. Right, guys, or your dad. Sorry, Erin. So make sure it's all sorted for me, guys. And I will see you at some point over the next few weeks. Yeah. See you tomorrow.